Hey friends, and welcome to another episode of Show Me Your Junk. This week my videos are going to be all about my retail booths here in Topeka, Kansas. Now I knew some big changes were coming, so I haven't added any furniture for about the past month or so. I wanted to get some pieces in, so I'm going to show you how I took these pieces from this to this using a custom blend of DIY paint colors.
Taking a closer look at this piece, it came out of the estate cleanout haul that I had a while back. I can link that video right here above. It was free to me, and I am ready to give it a makeover so it will last for generations to come. Of course, every great transformation starts with a great cleaning. I'm using my Sunnyside TSP substitute cleaner, a variety of some brushes and cloths. Gonna start by dusting off this piece. See if you have anything fun in here. Pencil shavings. Ooh, that's pretty. After everything is clean, I give the entire piece top and bottom a coat of shellac. This is going to help seal in any oil or grease I might have missed and help prevent any of that stain from bleeding through my paint that's known as bleed through. Time to custom blend some colors. I have measured everything out so you know how to replicate the recipe if you like this color. I have 1 cup of Monet's Garden and 1.5 teaspoons of Little Black Dress. I do believe that black velvet would work well for this as well. The color might just be a touch cooler. Y'all, I am obsessed with this color. I have Monet's Garden and Little Black Dress both available on my website, upcycledbybri.com, if you're interested in trying out this combo. I'll leave that link in my description box below as well. Whenever possible, I start with the pieces upside down. This helps avoid any potentially missed areas. I'm using a zebra fan brush and carefully painting on my first coat. Hardware comes off as I'm going to replace the poles, and we will get the front of this drawer painted. I start in the middle of my drawer and paint outwards towards the edges. This helps me from building up a lot of paint on the corners and the sides. Now, I don't generally tape things off, I'll be honest. Look, I got paint where I didn't want it anyway. But the backing on these shelves did have those little divots in it, so I wanted to tape off and be as careful as I could to avoid having to do a lot of cleanup. Right, this first coat is dry. You can see we're pretty much 1 coat coverage here. A couple areas where I need to go on and do another little half of a coat. And that huge spot right there, I put a bit more of shellac just in that area. There was a little bit of bleed through, pretty common when it's close to a handle like that. So we'll let that dry for a bit and then we'll get a second coat on. On my second coat, I am going to use my continual mist spray bottle and give the paint a quick spray before I put on the second coat. It's going to help that second coat go on smoother. It's going to help my paint stretch a little bit further and keep the second coat from pulling up the first coat. I brought these pieces upstairs to get them distressed and waxed and finished up.
And I just wanted to show you guys the difference in color here in the natural light. Now, this is just plain Monet's Garden. As you can see, the color difference isn't huge, but it really does make a difference. This is so much brighter and this is so much more toned down.
Now it's time for the fun part. Time to bring back some of these beautiful little details. Using a piece of 220 grit sandpaper, I'm briefly hitting the edges and the corners and some of these cute little details in the piece. In this color, I feel like this piece has a lot of rustic charm, so I wanted to give the paint finish a rustic look as well. I am taking my piece of sandpaper and just kind of scuff sanding the whole surface of the paint here, and you can see how it will start to bring out some different tones. This clay-based paint is so pigmented that you can bring out gorgeous tones by using water, by using the sandpaper like I am here, and blending the colors. Oh, I just love DIY paint. The sanding sponge really helped to get down into these little diamond-shaped divots. Has anybody tried that sandpaper that's like on a sheet of fabric? It's super flexible and it works great around corners and in details like this. If you've tried it, leave me a comment below. Let me know how you like it. Time to seal this piece up. I am going to be using my DIY clear wax and a wax brush. I'm applying it with long, even strokes. And you can find DIY paint and products on my website, upcycledbybri.com, under the DIY paint and product collection. DIY wax is unlike any wax I've used before. It is made of only 5 ingredients. It's VOC free, making it safe to use inside with no harsh smells. It is a buttery smooth consistency, no sticky texture, and you are not going to wear yourself out just trying to apply it. It's kind of crazy how dark this paint looks now, right? Think about it this way. It's a clay-based paint. Clay is a lot like dirt. When dirt is dry, it is lighter. When dirt becomes wet, it turns to mud, which is darker. Same thing with this clay-based paint. The final color will be somewhere between the dry paint color and the waxed paint color. Heading to my hardware cabinet, I know exactly which poles I'd like to put on this little rustic piece. I am going to link them in my Amazon shop in the description box below. I left the original hardware holes in this piece because I knew these cup holes would cover them up. That way, if somebody wants to switch them out down the road, they don't have a lot of extra work to do. I am eyeballing these. I have a pretty good eye, and then I will use a pencil, mark my spots, and I need to drill pilot holes. The pilot hole makes putting these little tiny screws in a lot easier. I use a hand screwdriver, get them in, and then I do a happy dance because I did not strip out that tiny little screw. Here's the piece after it has had several hours to dry. Watch as I buff this piece. You're going to see some of these beautiful tones really start to come out. There is still a little bit of wax. You can see right here where the wax got applied a little bit heavier. It's darker. That will even out perfectly fine over the next 24 hours or so. We call it the wax freak out factor. The first couple times you use DIY paint and wax, you might freak out a little bit. I promise, give it 24 to 48 hours. It's going to be okay. Here I'm using my Buffy. This is the little Buffy by Paint Pixie, and giving this piece a good buff. This is going to help really seal that wax in and give it a nice little sheen. We will do the same thing with the top of this piece, and then we will get it all put together. A quick reminder of what this piece looked like before. Cute, but outdated. This piece is going to hang out at my house for a few days, let the wax cure up before it goes up to my booth. I will be taking it up next week. It will be for sale at my Topeka Blvd location for $169. That does include the top and the bottom piece. This is the rich deep green I was really trying to achieve. This is the new trend in farmhouse decor. You're going to see this green a ton. Start thrifting pieces this color, and if you would like to buy these two paints to make this color combo, check it out in the description box below. I will link it. It is Monet's Garden and Little Black Dress. Sure you subscribe, click that notification bell to all, and share this video with a friend who you think may love it as well. I will see you right back here on Sunday. We've got to knock out some more furniture. Here's a little behind the scenes look of the hutch when I was staging it. Check out the basket on the ground. That's the color I was trying to match. What do you think? Did I nail it? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, friends.